don't know that any of the key players want peace. It's just plebs that want peace, isn't it? It's just ordinary people. It's just people who run the risk of being murdered in custody for wearing their headscarf wrong that want peace. I don't know. So, what do you think it means when Benjamin Netanyahu says that Iran will pay? And what price do you think should be paid by Iran and Iranian people? Because however, quotes, limited, end quotes, the attacks may be, however, quotes, careful to avoid civilian casualties, end quotes, the IDF may profess to be, we know what happens. We know what happens. Children are already dead in Lebanon. You know, that's how careful it is. That's how limited the attacks are. And Iran looks set to follow. So I don't know. All I do know is that some of the key players, some of the big names, appear to be dedicated to this continuation of carnage. And I don't know how it stops. But I'm not sure that visiting carnage upon Iran now. So what would be better? It would be perhaps, here's a phrase that you rarely cite on the positive side of any scale. Maybe they should just confine their attacks to potential nuclear sites, because blowing up nuclear sites, that's not risky at all. And to whom would the greatest risk be posed? Iranian civilians. I know it's a little bit unchristian of me, but I'm going to enjoy rubbing the faces of those people in the evidence of their own excessive stupidity, their own bigoted, largely racist ignorance that led them to simultaneously damage their own country while claiming to be patriotic because they'd had their boils brained so conclusively by some of the worst contributors to political discourse in the history of these islands. So I've earned the right to enjoy reading out these texts and laughing at them. Here's another one from Rob. I can't listen to this trash a minute longer. So there's Rob reflecting upon his glorious victory. There's me holding up a mirror. Rob has a look in it and literally vomits at what he sees because he can't listen for a minute longer. Poor old Rob puking up at the sight of his own reflection through the lens of the Brexit that he was told was going to be brilliant. But everybody knows that it's not brilliant. Even Rob has the brains to realise that it's not brilliant. He's not quite intelligent enough to realise that the reason why he's repulsed by this cavalcade of evidence and fact is because he voted for it and believed it was going to be brilliant. It's a shame you're not still listening, Rob. Oh, here's Steve in Guildford. Brexit again, James. You drag on a has-been to make your case. Why not get Starmer on to ask about a referendum so we don't have to listen to you drone on and on and on? That's Steve celebrating getting his sovereignty back. That's what it sounds like. That's the sound of joy, victory and rapture. Steve in Guildford. On a fast track to Idiot's Corner. But that's the point, isn't it? There's no point me having got everything right, engaging in debates with Steve, who got everything wrong, because Wes Streeting has a point. You know, Steve made the bed, we all have to lie in it. So they soiled the bed. There's a word I'd much rather use, but Ofcom have views on such things. These people soiled the bed, and Wes Streeting is saying we all have to lie in it. And I don't want to upset you, but I think he might be right.